Hi friends, I'm Erin and this is Erin Go Live. It is April 2nd and I am starting the month with a new book. I have Bicycling with Butterflies. I keep whistling my S's lately. This is Bicycling with Butterflies. It's a woman's memoir of this time that she went and followed the monarch migration into Canada, across the United States, or starting in Mexico, across the United States, and I think she goes into Canada at some point and comes back around. So far I've only read the first chapter, and I think it's going to give us insight into butterflies themselves. I've already learned some things about butterflies, into climate change, I think, in the effect of probably climate change and even like habitat destruction, I imagine, affecting the butterflies, and just her own personal journey of what's going to go on. So I have no idea what she is going to encounter I have no idea what like her personal struggles or anything like that are going to be as she encounters this, other than the kind of environmental factors. But this cover is gorgeous. I just picked this up last week at a new bookstore that I discovered. It's not a new bookstore. Well, maybe it is. I don't know. A new bookstore to me, Facing a Book in El Dorado Hills. I was meeting friends for girls' night out, and I had to pass it to get to the bar where we were meeting, and I had to go in first. And so this was featured on the Women's History Month shelf. So I'm going to get on with this. It should be a nice day. I need basically church, food, and laundry are the only other things besides reading on the docket. Definitely a walk. I need to get my steps in. So I was even thinking, depending on how the weather is, I think it's supposed to be nice. Maybe I'll even walk to the park, take the book with me, bring like a blanket or something like that, and sit in the park and read for a while. That sounds like a nice time. Get my steps in, read outside in the sun. That sounds like a good after church plan. There's some really beautiful writing in this too. I just wanted to share this. So she's giving us this very informational, it could be info dumpy about the state of this forest and why it is the way it is, but it turns out beautiful. So I'm just going to read you this paragraph. That forest, the last remnants of Mexico's expansive ancient ecosystem, caps 12 isolated massifs clustered in a volcanic mountain chain in central Mexico. After the last ice age, as temperatures increased, the Oyamel fir forest that had once covered much of southern Mexico was forced to retreat to the cool, humid refuge of the mountain's higher elevations. The Oyamel firs of today are the witnesses of yesterday, looking up at their branches, a net to catch the sky. I understood why they were also known as the sacred fir. Their branches did seem to splay out like many crosses, and their soft, short needles looked like fingers folded together in prayer. A church of trees, contracting with time. They were a reminder that as the planet changes, nothing is forever. All right, took a little reading break to create some social media content. So I made a carousel, 5 tips to make Monday easier. And this is basically some of the things that I do that I use my Sunday. I call it Sunday is Monday Eve. Things that I do to make the start of my week easier, right? Because Sunday is the day that we are most motivated. We are thinking about the things that we're going to do over the week. And you actually get a dopamine hit just from that planning process and thinking how awesome it's going to be, regardless of how you actually execute that. So what you want to do is give yourself opportunities to execute your plan as best as you can by removing as much friction as possible. So basically, these are my 5 simple tips, okay? So 1, clean your kitchen. A clean and organized environment makes you more motivated to eat healthy and cook your own food. 2, stock your fridge. A stocked fridge makes healthy choices easier, right? You could go into meal prep from there if you wanted to. Number 3, tidy up your house. It doesn't have to be a deep clean, but put the laundry away, fold the blankets, and arrange the throw pillows. A tidy house makes you less anxious and more productive. Number 4, change your bedding. My sheets are in the dryer right now. There's nothing quite like slipping into clean sheets. Start the week off with a good night's sleep in clean sheets. And number 5, plan your workouts. If it's important, it deserves an appointment. Knowing what you're doing and when you're doing it will make follow-through so much easier. Monday Eve mentality. Use your Sunday to set up an environment that enables you to do and feel your best. And then I talked about the motivation thing. Basically, the idea is blessing your future self. Use the energy that you have now on Sunday that you are probably not going to have on, a long Wednesday after work in a PTA meeting or something like that, right? So I'm just going to get this ready and post it, and then I'll get back to reading Bicycling with Butterflies. So it is Sunday afternoon. I think it's like 1:30 or so, 1:45. And I walked to the park. It took about 18 minutes to walk to the park. I took the more direct route. And it is just a beautiful day. It's like 60 degrees. So I'm going to hang out here and read. And then the plan is another maybe quarter of a mile that way is a restaurant and bar called Dad's Kitchen. I'm going to go there and have there's this amazing salad there that I love. I'm gonna have that, read some more while I'm there, and then that should be like a 25-30 minute walk home when I'm done there. Should have plenty of time to do all this, well before the sun goes down. So yeah, I'm just gonna enjoy myself. So I brought Bicycling with Butterflies. I'm about 50 pages into that now. And then for fiction, I have She Who Became the Sun by Shelley Parker Chan, and it's I think it's like a woman warrior leader type thing. I can't remember exactly the synopsis, but I know it was big a while back and I was really interested in it, and it's just been sitting there on my shelf, kind of on my more imminent TBR, and I haven't picked it up yet. And the color of it was calling to me. It just feels like bright and sunny, and so yeah, let's give it a go. It's Monday morning now, and this is the anniversary, and so I've taken the day mostly off. I have a 7 o'clock Zoom meeting. What time is it? It's 5:59 a.m. right now. I have a 7 o'clock Zoom meeting with my nutrition coaching team, and then from like 1 to 3, I have 2 clients I'm going to see who are back to back. But other than that, I'm taking the day off work. So I'm going to read for the next hour or so, and then I've got a hike with my friend. I've got dinner with my mother-in-law and parents tonight. And otherwise, maybe I'll hit up a bookstore, maybe I'll go climbing. Not exactly sure what else is going to fill the day, but the idea is just to spend the day doing things that I enjoy and feeling whatever I feel. So I'm already in general feeling so much better, like emotionally, than I have in the last 2 weeks. So that is a big plus. So yesterday, I read about 110 pages or so, which is like a lot for me recently. So I'm really happy about that. So I got about 60 pages in Bicycles with Butterflies and about 50 pages in She Who Became the Sun. And I was really hoping to just get like drawn into something. I haven't read I don't know if this is like fantasy. I was thinking fantasy, but there's nothing like fantastical now that I think about it yet. It's just more like Ming Dynasty era historical fiction, maybe. I don't know if any fantasy is going to come into play in this at all. Just thought of that. Anyway, She Who Became the Sun. Well, she has become the SON already because due to reasons, she has taken on the identity of her brother, and she's now kind of in order to survive. Really, she has gone to this monastery and become monk in training, basically, for, can't remember what they're actually called. But anyway, I'm just about to start chapter 3. So I'm gonna get into this, and I'll check in with you later. Hopefully, you know, I don't know how much I'm gonna vlog today. We'll just see how I feel. So maybe we'll at least get some nice shots of the hike and whatever else I get into later today. I don't make enough right now. Been digging, gardening on a beautiful spring day. Would that be you, sir? So the day is going really well. It's 4:38 home now. I actually just tidied up the living room and vacuumed the living room and the kitchen, actually. And I got my boy here on my lap. Done with work. I just had like 2 hours of work to do in the middle of the day. Went for a great hike with Elise. We got a little bit lost. Like, we knew where we were. I knew how to get back, but it was going to be like the long way to get back. No, thank you. No. It turned out we were at like this lower parking lot, and all we had to do was go up this road, and it took us to the higher parking lot where our car was. But there was a moment of like, oh man, are we going to have to do like 2.5, 3 more miles than we expected to do? And her knee wasn't feeling great, so that wouldn't have been awesome. But I mean, we were never like lost. She says we were lost. We were not actually lost. Anyway, then I stopped by my Bookworm, my used bookstore that I knew had all these Willa Cather books. They have a whole bunch of Willa Cathers, and so I already have Pioneers. I have in a Barnes and Noble Classics edition, but I was able to get these like as a set. Or not, they're not a set, but they're matching. So I got Pioneers, My Antonia, and the other book, Pioneers and Death Comes to, what is it? Death Comes for the Archbishop. I don't know why I cannot remember that. I wonder if this one is about Emil. No, this is about a vicar in Mexico. And I don't really know what My Antonia is about either. I think they're like somehow related though, but anyhow, I just love these covers. I'm trying to say colors. The colors on the covers, love them. Stevie apparently loves just the taste of me. I'm delicious. I just made, so I'm going to insert a reel. Hopefully I'll be able to insert the footage of a reel that I made. Tells the story, but basically my friend Annie, who's so sweet. She's a client of mine, but she's one of the closest friends that I've developed like as an adult, and especially in the last few years. And she bought me a container of Nesquik today, and there's basically a love story that goes with that. So I will insert the video, the reel I made of the love story here. I have a little story about love. So today, April 3rd, is the 3rd anniversary of my husband Sam's death. He was hit by a roadside bomb in Iraq in 2007. But before he got hurt, we kind of had this thing with chocolate milk. So it started off one day, I picked him up from work on base, and we were just both in really crabby moods for no reason, and just like sniping at each other. And we were just getting madder and madder at each other, literally over nothing. And to the point that we got home, and we just kind of like separated and were avoiding each other and just fuming over literally nothing. So finally I said, you know, I hear vitamin D is good for PMS. Do you want some chocolate milk? So we go into the kitchen together and we get out the Nesquik and the milk and we start putting the two together, stirring the cup. And before we had even had a drink, his arms were around me from behind, giving me a back hug. Nesquik saved the day. And it became our thing that whenever we were having a hard time, we were sad about something, we would have some chocolate milk. The last picture I have of him before he got hurt was actually of him drinking some chocolate milk. My friend Annie today, on this anniversary, bought me some Nesquik for those times when I need a sweet day. That is love. So in addition to Annie, I've gotten just a lot of nice messages, emails, texts, that kind of thing today. Just lots of love and support. And I'm actually just like, I'm doing really well today. I had just like the tiniest moment when I was coming home, and it's like not that it's not okay to cry today. I absolutely could. I'm just not feeling like I need to. So I was feeling that last week and the week before. Today, I don't know. I'm just feeling good, spending the day kind of how I choose to. Only wrinkle in that is that his mom's sick, so we're not going to be able to go out to dinner tonight, so we're going to have to postpone that. But I got a nice message from her when she told me that. And so I'll probably just go out to dinner with my parents, or maybe even just my mom. I don't know if my dad is going to want to go. And so I'm going to sit here and read, and then I'm going to enjoy myself a little gin and juice, little gin and lemon lime. What's the Waterloo? That carbonated water. It's a blackberry raspberry gin. It's a little cough syrupy, to be honest. But Sam was a gin drinker. So, cheers, Sam.